Well, we're inside the Watson's coach. If any of you have watched our videos when we were in Florida, in Lithia, you guys came to see us, and you guys also rang the bell. The videos of you ringing the bell.
Hey!
Because during that trip down there, they decided they were going to do a Lux, and we picked out colors and everything while you were there. And then we put the order together after we got back, and now they're here picking up their coach. And they have a lot of special features on their coach, but I'd like you to tell us a little bit about the Florida experience, because that's a new thing we just started doing last year, was doing the meet and greets, going away from the big venues, the big super shows, and being in the area, but not tied in with them. So what did you think of that?
I thought it was fabulous. The thing I liked about it the most, or the thing that I say liked, it made it concern me. We went to the show with the purpose of going back through some of the coaches that we were trying to decide on, and we got down there, and after 2 days of walking around, and couldn't find the Lux people. She was very disappointed, and we got on the trolley headed back to the parking lot, and we started talking about the Lux and how much we wish they were there, and suddenly a man sitting in front of us, in the row in front of us, turned around and said, "I got a Lux." And she said to him, "Where are they at? Why aren't they here this year?" He said, "They are, they're just not here at this location." And he wrote to your assistant and had her email me the location, and then we rode out there, and it was fabulous. I loved the way it was set up, because every coach that we had been in at the show, you couldn't really see anything.
No,
People
it's
were
too crowded.
people were homesteading them, and they were sitting
they
around
do.
inside the RVs, and you couldn't look at anything. You couldn't see how anything was put together.
Couldn't ask questions.
No, couldn't ask questions of anybody. So going out to where you guys were, and it was really great. We had the opportunity at a very nice venue to go out and have some lunch, go through 3 different models I think you guys had out there at that time, look at those, and immediately, when we first got there, immediately the first thing I saw was the white one that we're sitting in now, or that same paint scheme.
Right.
And I knew that was the one I wanted. But I had to hold off on letting her know that's what I wanted. But we went through and picked out some things, and then got to almost left the next day, and then we finally said, let's just go do it. So we drove back out, and we got the colors, brought out the down payment, and said, let's just get this rolling. Because honestly, the whole process had began 2 years earlier. We've been planning our retirement. She's a nurse and I'm a paramedic, and we've been in the business for well over 40 years, both of us, and been married for over 40 years. And this was something we've been planning for our retirement for a long time. And we came to Elkhart 2 years ago,
Year and a half.
year and a half ago. Did the plant tours. We had narrowed it down to basically five products. We toured all the plants. We came over here. We're extremely impressed. Before we left, we had narrowed it down to 2.
Yeah.
And
With the quality of
the
the
quality
build.
of what we were looking for, and you guys were one of them. And so that's why we went back earlier this year to the show, to just basically rule out everything, that any concerns we had, and I'll tell you, it's been a great experience coming up this time to pick up the unit, and the crew here is wonderful. Man, you can't ask for a better group of people that pay attention to detail and believe in customer service.
And it's all about the individual.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like.
Yes.
Anything that you see that you think you might want to change, the answer has been no problem. No problem. We've got it. We can do that.
Right.
Or if they can't do it, they tell you why that wouldn't be a good idea.
Right.
It's just absolutely wonderful.
You know,
Every single person we've met.
You know that when we narrowed it down to the 2 products, the other product gave us basically 3 interior design. 3 different colors, 3
Floor
different
plans.
3 different different cabinetry colors, and the 4 plans that they make standard.
Mhm.
And that's not what Lux is about. Lux is all custom. And I think that surprisingly in the price range between that product and your product, the price range wasn't that much difference. And like I say, the quality of the work, the ability to design our retirement home the way we wanted it in the colors that she wanted, just worked out best for us.
That's and I appreciate it. And I had forgotten the story that you were at the show.
I was really upset.
Because we didn't actually have you on the roster to come
No,
in
you
to
didn't.
the venue, and you went to the show, and there was one of our Lux owners sitting in front of you on the trolley.
And he said, I can do you one better. I can tell you where they're at.
They're so awesome.
And
all
it
of
was
our
just,
all our people we got out there. I mean, they are just all the owners that you've now joined. They show their coaches all the time. They call us and tell us, so and so is in the coach, or I was at this resort and I showed it 5 times last week. And they're always so helpful. But I think a lot of that is for what you touched on is, I say it all the time that I've never worked with a crew like this one, and I mean it wholeheartedly. That as hard a time as they like to give me, when we're in the building, they go above and beyond. Pete and Marcos and Alice, all of them, Oscar, this go above and beyond. And we actually had seen a few things when I sent you pictures that we addressed even before you came in. And, they actually have a lot of specials in their unit. It's a 39 FB, so it's a bath and a half. We customed their fireplace and took out the shelf, if you notice, so that they wanted to see the full stone all the way around it. We split the pantry so they have more counter space back beside underneath the microwave. And then Kathy and I spent some time playing with colors and the woods. So she actually has a beachfront bathroom, a beachfront island, and then the rest of it is Brazilian. And
right.
I mean, it's just stunning. It flows. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And she was out shopping, so we wanted you to see everything. She went shopping without you yesterday.
I had a
She
ball.
put you in daycare, remember?
Yeah, I do, and I'm I'm going to have to beg for gas money going home, I think. So.
It's gorgeous, and we've had a lot of fun with you guys here. And part of the experience that I love the most is that people do actually stay here, and we can address those things that could be frustrating if you weren't here. Although, just the little things, even. Just to be here and have everybody do like you said. They either tell you why they can't or they do it, and they're just amazing. And so I just want to thank you for coming in. You guys have been just too much fun to work with. We've had a ball. I've enjoyed working with you.
We've enjoyed it too.
We have
and
too.
all teasing aside, it's just been
a
really good experience.
Absolutely. I mean, I think one of the key things that anybody that has a product like this built, if you were to go to someplace else, even a dealership, to buy something that's produced off the line, they're not going to let you set up camp on their property for 3 or 4 days while you go through everything. Mm-hmm. And that's what you guys have done. I mean, we've been able to come here, set up the RV, stay in it overnight, figure out how all the light switches work, what works what, if we saw something that didn't work right or just something. Actually, we haven't found anything that did not work.
No, nothing.
I mean, everything's been perfect.
Anything we have found has been so minute, a
very small
screw
thing.
sticking out or, tiny little things, but anything we've mentioned has been taken care of immediately.
So.
And the nice part is you get a chance to get comfortable with your unit.
Yeah. You don't have to leave and go home.
If you do have a question, you can walk into the front and they'll find somebody and they can answer it. Marcos does a great job with that, of splitting up a lot of times the walkthrough. Depending on how familiar people are with them, he may do part of it one day and the other part the next day. So that you have time to be in it and get comfortable with it. Because it's a lot to take in. I mean, these are quite elaborate units, and so there's a lot to take in. And he does a good job at not overwhelming people.
Yeah.
But just the fact that you get to stay here is just a really big deal, because the next day, if you, instead of being 100 miles down the road and saying, I can't get my water heater to work, you can come in and they'll come in and tell you it's either user error or yes, we have a problem. It's much simpler to do here than when you're 100 miles away and trying to do it over a phone.
Yep.
So I appreciate that too, and it makes it a lot of fun. We have a lot
It
of
does.
fun.
It
So,
has been fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to thank you guys so much for choosing us and working with us. You guys have just been a pleasure. And you're going to have to call me every once in a while just to laugh with me because your laugh is so contagious.
We appreciate that. We appreciate it.
And we want videos while you're traveling. So
You'll get 'em,
so
you'll
you
get
can
'em.
see it. Okay. Thank you very much, and
Thank you.
welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Thank you.